Welcome to another episode of No Shifts Given. Thank you for all your submissions. Let's see what's come through this week. Before we start with everyone's submissions, we're going to see what we've been up to this week.
Right.
Hello. Sorry. Hello. Evening. Come here.
Good God, Leanne. Saw your live album today. I've had a really good week. I had a bit of a weird encounter. I met some capybaras and they were great. They were huge. So there's a big capybara craze at the minute. I don't know if anyone has got children that are obsessed, but my little girl is obsessed with capybaras.
Are they?
So, let me just enlighten you. Basically, I have a massive fear of rats, petrified of rats. These are giant rats. And for her birthday, all she wanted to do was meet capybaras. So we ended up booking her to go meet capybaras at a place called Wild at Heart near Birmingham. And I thought, well, maybe they'll be a little bit far away. Oh no. Walk in, he's like, do you want to sit down? They'll come to you. Now these things aren't small. These things, they're about that big with the biggest teeth. They come right to you. And they're like, just feed them. Don't make any sudden movements. And the girls are like, go on, mummy, you do it. So I'm doing it. And this thing's coming closer and closer to me, gnawing on this carrot. And I think, and he's like, they are large rodents. I mean, they're cute. They are cute. For anyone out there who loves capybaras, I just don't think I was a massive fan.
Never ever done them.
Go meet one. Go enjoy it.
Got no kids, it's all right.
I had to do it. So I go to the middle, I go, you're not scared, are you? And inside I'm going, boom, 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 boom. But they are cute from a distance. But yeah, got straight in with them. But she absolutely loved it and it was lovely. She did. She's not scared at all. She was like, I can't believe I met a capybara. And the whole experience was beautiful. Just I don't think I'd do it again. What have you been doing? Excited?
Nothing majorly exciting, just I might have a confession to say that I think maybe that I like the gym.
Yay!
Not fully committed, but I'm on the edge of going to the other side and maybe enjoying it. So I pushed myself to go to a big group class on Sunday, and then I went yesterday, so I actually went 3 times last week.
Who are you?
I know.
Who are you?
So that is a big achievement for me.
Yeah.
Massive achievement. So I've been doing it about 5 weeks now. So yeah.
I haven't seen the
Might be
videos. You look incredible. You're really working hard.
Yeah.
And it's proving you.
But you still have to talk to yourself to go, because it's not yet a thing I enjoy or a routine yet. So I get it. And there's been days where you think about everything in the morning when you're like, can I just say like I've been abducted? Can I say like something's happened? I haven't made it to that time. And I know people will be doing that in different areas in life, and sometimes you just have to speak. Like I've had to have a word with myself like, no, you've definitely not been abducted. You need to go to the gym and do what you do. And then when you come out, you feel
great, yeah.
And it's like I think my body started to learn and think about the after feeling rather than the before. So yeah,
I mean, it is hard though. It's not just like going walking on a treadmill. I've been watching videos. It's insane.
I know.
It's inspiring. Not just yet. I face my fear of capybaras.
So yeah, that's what we've been up to.
Right then, so the first question we have, I feel like I've become the person everyone relies on, but I don't feel like anyone checks in on me anymore. Drained and a bit lonely, if I'm honest. How do I stop carrying everyone else without feeling guilty? Thank you for the message, firstly. What would you say? I can see the smoke coming already.
I'm trying to think about my tone, to be honest, because I would just, it takes time. We need to remember, especially when we're answering on here, we're in a different place now to if I would probably be asking that message 6 years ago. So I don't want people to look at us say we've never been there, or God, I wish I was like that. It takes work to get to where we are and to become who we are. And that's why we're here, to give people the motivation and the guidance to do that. But we get it's not as easy as sometimes our answers. Mm-hmm. I can be quite to the point, I can be quite brutal, but that is because I'm passionate about people changing, or you not having the mick taken out of you by people constantly relying on you. Because again, we'll go back over, when the hand is feeding, people will still come and take, and that's...
People take until you say no. And again, it always falls back on you and what you're prepared to give as much and as little, and if it's causing you to feel a certain way, then the answer is stop and say no. And you haven't got to just drop it completely. Just pull back a little bit and a little bit, and then your body will start to trust you and your judgment, and then you will be confident enough to say, no, you know what, that doesn't sit right with me. I don't feel comfortable with that, or I can't, I'm afraid. Not right now, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe in 3 weeks, because that's not setting boundaries. It's about being honest and having that communication, and then building trust within yourself to say no.
The harsh reality that you come to with healing, but even in that instance, you feel like you're on your own. People don't like this saying, or reality is, but we are on our own. We only have ourselves. We only have ourselves to reflect on, to blame, to look at. If we are looking on the outside, it's because we're avoiding something from us. So you need to maybe have a look at yourself to why you're allowing people to do this, maybe what you're wanting from them. Maybe does it fulfill you in a way, but then you're getting upset because it's not coming back. But unfortunately, we are here on our own. We have people to add to that, and that's very different. But it is a lonely place, but I'd rather be lonely doing what I want to do than be lonely doing what everyone else wants me to do.
You can flip that as well. Just on another side note, that's something that I know that we both struggle with, is are you being vulnerable and asking for help when you need it?
Mm-hmm.
So we can all sit there and say, well, you didn't reach out, you didn't ask me if it's okay. Why does no one check on me? But if you're not proactively seeking that help if you need it and when you need it, people are mind readers.
Or telling them they're taking the mick.
Yeah.
And on a funny note, I actually had a laugh with someone yesterday. She said, right, that's me off to do something and not ask for any help, and then I'll moan about it later that I haven't asked for any help.
I know,
And no one helps
yeah.
me, but if they can't do it right, and this, put it in perspective, if you keep moaning at the way someone does it, guess what, they're going to say, do it yourself.
Yeah.
So you either appreciate the way people are doing it and you give in and allow them just to do it, or you do it yourself. But when you do it yourself, you cannot moan that person's then not doing it.
Yeah.
So we always have a part to play in all these. There's loads of different scenarios that you can look at, and we've had a funny story about that. I think we can go into the funny story where you felt you were doing everything. Going back to your experience.
You love this story. You love this story, Ben.
Yeah.
You love it. So
It's just a prime example of it.
exactly like this. This is why I went, are you asking for the help? So going back a couple of years ago, me and my partner at home, so I have to cut that out because it's my husband. He's going to be like, sorry, who am I? Downgrade. What's that? I always do that. So yeah, funny story. Me and my husband, we had, like I said in this video, I don't like rats. I'm petrified of them. So I don't like going to the bin, the big green bins out the front. I don't like putting the rubbish out, but I kept doing it and kept doing it and kept putting it out, and
Kept moaning about it.
kept moaning about it, moaning about it all the time. So then I was like, right, why is it always me doing it? So I said to my husband, I was like, right, so can you put the bin out for me? And there was me making a point, ask for the help. So because I asked for help and felt vulnerable, I was starting to feel angry. I was like, right, you better do it, you better do it. So I've asked for help now, so I'm not asking again. Did he do it? He forgot. So this continued now. So continued for about 3 months, him missing the bin, and then the bin would overflow, and then I'd be taking the bin out, or I'd be panicking. He wouldn't do it, so I couldn't build the trust. And then when he was driving away, I'd watch and go, I didn't put the bin out, told you so, knew couldn't rely on it. And it continued like this. So I came to see Susie, and I was just having an absolute moan. I was like, and I'm sick of putting the bin out. I keep asking him to put the bin out. He never puts the bin out. She looked at me dead in the eye and she went, stop. Sorry. She went, stop. I went, stop what? She went, stop putting the bin out. I said, how can I do that? The bin won't get put out. She went, well, don't put it out. So this is the point right there. Do I take the advice that I don't agree with, and I know that's going to be really difficult, or do I try it? So I thought, I'll try it. So I stopped.
But you gave me every reason you couldn't
Oh, I
stop.
gave you everything. I was like, I can't do it. Who
Stay
puts the bin out?
I'll
It'll
get
overflow.
rats.
We'll get rats. This, that, and the other. I was like, then they'll be overflowing and they won't be able to. So there's loads of scenarios that I was going through, and then I thought, right, I'll stop. So I stopped, and he forgot. He forgot. So I'm pacing up and down. I know it. I know I shouldn't have done it. I know I shouldn't have done it. Didn't put it out. Then he forgot again. So by this time, this bin is overflowing, and so is my patience. And so what happened? The worst thing that could have ever happened to me in my life, I got rats in my bin. I got rats. The neighbours telling me I got rats. The rats woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, banging around and scurrying, and I was absolutely fuming. You know what happened? He was that embarrassed we got rats. He's never missed a bin again since. That bin is out now on a Tuesday. That bin's out on a Tuesday. If anything, I'm saying don't put it out just yet. Bin's out on a Tuesday, never forgets. Tells me when the recycling's out, what colour it is and what's going out, and it's his job, and I just step back. Literally nothing to do. And we've never got rats again since. So the moral of the story is, it's uncomfortable, it's scary, and you have to go against every single thing in your being. But if you persevere and listen to the advice,
if you keep doing it, they
it'll
don't
work
need to
out.
do it.
Yeah. But now I don't touch the bin, so I win. I win.
That is so funny. I remember you ringing.
That's
I've got rats. I said, just keep going. Don't put the bin out.
Oh gosh, you weren't. Yeah, I weren't a fan. So she's funny woman. She ain't got a clue what she. What do you mean? There's rats in my bin. But no, it's all worked out in the end.
And that scenario, that's like, we did laugh about that after, but the
No, it's
scenario
fine.
is, if you keep doing it, it's not that important that they have to remember to do it. So some people have to go through the motion to learn themselves and the
Yeah.
outcome of it, and that's in all areas.
And I think if it wasn't my worst fear or the worst case scenario for me, I would have gone and done it. It had to be that bad for me to realise that, you know, persevere, and it will work out, and it has now. I don't touch the bed. I refuse.
Right, shall we do the next
Yeah.
one? Let's have a look. I've started saying no to things that drain me, and now people are acting differently towards me. Conflicted. Part of me feels proud and the other part feels selfish. How do you set boundaries without feeling like a bad person? Go on.
So the first thing is going in on yourself and sitting and finding out what are your boundaries firstly, because they've got to be very clear and you've got to be aware of them before you tell someone else what they are. So you have to sit with them, have to be confident. And I think, again, and I always bang on about this in every pod because it's so important to me, communicate. It's the communication of the reasons. I mean, you haven't got to explain your boundaries, but if you're doing this to a person that you love and you respect and you want this relationship, whatever it is, to work, then I think there should be clear communication around that and explain why you have them if these boundaries are very important to you. But if anything is important to you, then it should be respected by the people around you anyway. So that, first of all, is coming up. I'd say sit with yourself, find out what your boundaries are, make sure you're familiar with them in your own body and your own mind, and then have that communication with that person, explain what your boundaries are, the reasons why you have them in place, and that you won't tolerate them breaking going forward. And it's okay to feel drained and people just start going away. And the reason I'm smiling is because when you become strong and when you know who you are, people can't handle it. They don't like it because, one, it has to make them reflect on themselves. And two, it's always you're the problem. It's easy for people to do that. It's not actually the problem. It's easy for people to do that. And that's their answer will be, oh, I've stepped away because they're just not the same person anymore. No, you're not. Absolutely. And you should be proud of that. And you should feel proud. And always tell yourself as well, when you stand in your own boundaries or you change and you adhere to who you are, you tell yourself how proud you are of yourself. Because this relationship and this journey that you're going on, it's about a relationship and a journey with no one else but yourself. And you make yourself feel all the things that no one else can. So communicate, find your boundaries out, communicate with the people around that need to hear them, and always, always, always stand in them. And you will get tested, and that is a definite. And when that happens, you can really feel very, I mean, we've been there, haven't we?
Yeah.
It can feel very upsetting because you're like, what do I do? Do I break down my boundary that I've had in place for someone who I really love? And you have to do a lot of work on yourself around this area. And it's about spending time and being gentle with yourself. And remember, it's not a setback, okay? It's really not. It's just about pausing, finding out what's happening, but always look at the good things that have happened up until that point. And don't always, cast yourself aside because of one wrong thing, okay? Look at all the hard work you've done up until that point and really stand in your boundaries. And I'm proud of you for even having them, because that's massive, and you should be proud of yourself of actually growing your boundaries at this point and telling people not to overstep them. So firstly, congratulations.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Back to it's a you or them situation. who comes first, you or them.
Yeah.
And when you start doing work on yourself, and you know how important it is that you come first, that becomes less and less of a debate, doesn't it? Because you're not willing to lose yourself for that. But back to communication, I'm going to go into that a little bit more. But communication, we assume everyone knows what we're thinking and what we want. It's the most simplest thing, but it's the most difficult thing to do. We can communicate with some people better than others. So some people will communicate with females better than males, and vice versa. That is then something we need to start reflecting on ourselves. And then some people will set boundaries with one person and then have a completely different boundary for someone else. And that's why I think it's important, like Leanne said, to set your own boundaries, and they don't move, doesn't matter who that is, because that's, you're giving in to them, but it's okay for one and not the other, and you're not setting a standard rule for yourself as a person. So that's another really important thing to do, communication. But I've been there, I don't know ways people, you say you need to speak, you need to go through, but how many times do you keep saying the same thing to somebody? And that's a question for you to think. If you're having to constantly, you're changing a person as a person. So I always say to my clients, be mindful that people are now having to try and work you out, i.e. people that are important, and now will have to try and work out the new person. So give them a bit of time, but also the more vocal you are about it, they know where they stand, because they need to try and adapt with you. Some will and some won't, but that's a completely different story to get onto. But if you're communicating with them, they can stay on the same page. If you're constantly saying the same thing over and over, you need to question them relationships and them boundaries with them people. Because yes, we do need to communicate to a certain point, but you're not going to keep saying over and over and over the same things, because people are not listening. It's ignorance, it's rude, it's disrespectful. That's how I see it. So yes, say it on the growth and on the changes, and these are my new ones, and maybe pick them up because they're learning. Maybe you're still there months later saying the same thing, and you need to reflect on that.
Absolutely, yeah. People will try and test your boundaries as well, don't forget. That's massive.
And you'll have one with someone really strong, and then you'll be a bit weaker in that area with someone else. And then the person you're really strong with is going to get annoyed because they see you're not having that same boundary with somebody else. So it has to be blanket, I think, for you to feel very powerful in your role. Because we've done it. You test and try, and that's why we say it. But yeah, don't assume everyone's psychic.
Yeah, they're not.
And that's what I say in my house. You psychic or me? Because, you know, we're guessing right now what's going on. And it's just, be proud of yourself. It's not easy. And you'll get new boundaries through. It's not like we write a list of boundaries, today it's 5 and that's it. Everything will change, and you'll come up with new challenges, and then you've got a new circle of people and new boundaries in place. But at the end of the day, you're the owner of your life, and you rule it how you want to rule it.
100%.
And have in it who you want to have in it. But that comes over time, so be patient.
Yeah. I've been thinking about booking a treatment for a while now, but I keep talking myself out of it because I feel nervous and a bit unsure of what to expect. Anxious, honestly. I know I probably need to slow down and look after myself a bit more, but stepping into something new feels quite overwhelming. How do you get past the fear of trying something new, especially when you've never done anything like it before? Oh, I love this one.
This is raw for me. Yeah. Because that goes back. We forget in this, like I said, I've been doing probably 6 years, this journey myself, and I forget, and sometimes I'm so harsh and I get to a point that I forget where I was at the beginning. But the gym scenario, which we just spoke about at the beginning, is a massive thing for me. So I have had to stop and reflect. Okay, maybe this is how people feel when they come to see me. Maybe this is how people feel when they book and don't turn up. Maybe this is how people feel when I'm asking for changes or commitment and they can't. So there's a lot more to that. And going back to this journey with the gym myself, it's made me just be a bit maybe more empathetic towards people in that new journey. But you don't know unless you try it, and everything isn't going to be for everyone. So just because someone loves Reiki, you might absolutely not agree with it, don't like it. But do you not like it because you don't like what you're hearing, or you don't like it because your body just doesn't relate to it? And that's very different as well. Sometimes we don't want to hear or change things, but growth comes from pushing yourself out of your boundaries. I'm someone that would not have even sent a voice note on this journey when I first started. Definitely wouldn't have answered or questioned people about their stuff. And here I am on a podcast speaking today. We'll ring up anyone, speak on anything, do anything. But that's the growth in me, to find that you can do it. Just keep pushing yourself and doing. And everyone has days where they're a bit more wobbly than others, or but yeah, just you'll be proud when you do it and you come out the other side. The achievement you get and the support, and that's what people are there for. There's more people out there to support you that you don't know, in the harsh reality, that people that do know you. And I think you find that from even these simple things of just pushing yourself out.
It's trying anything new. Like you, I can relate to this so much because I'm on a mission at the minute to try as many new things as I can. I had a pact with myself at the beginning of the year to say yes, just to say yes, because I was so used to saying no through fear because I was so scared. And afterwards, all I would feel would be regret. You know, when you see a class that you wanted to go on and you don't go, and then you see on Facebook that everyone went and it was great, and you just feel, why didn't I do it? Why couldn't I go? And I made a pact with myself, try anything. If I want to do it, I'm going to try it. And you know what? It's been scary, and there's been things I've attended, and I promise you, I've sat in the car going, I'm not going. I'm not doing it. I'm not going in. No. What about if people look at me? What about if people laugh at me? And you know what the best thing is? Everyone at that class has felt exactly the same. And you walk in and you stand there, and if you close your eyes for a second, say 5 minutes after you've got there, you tell me exactly what everyone's wearing, what everyone looks like, because you don't. Because every single person in that class is feeling exactly how you're feeling, and no one cares. Mm-hmm. No one cares about you, and it's hard.
If they do, they've got too much time.
Well, we're not that special, some of us, you know. And if they, like you say, if they do, that's their own traumas going on. We can't even delve into that. But how amazing would you feel is if you try it? Everyone gets anxieties. If you don't get anxious, you're probably in the wrong place, because you're supposed to get a little bit of nervous energy going.
And some people, it's because they don't want to put themselves first. They feel guilt of putting yourself first, and we've been there, haven't we? Yeah. So if the kids or someone else wants to do it, or your friend said, oh, can you take me there? No question. But when it's you having to do something for yourself, it makes us feel weird as humans, and it's just...
Absolutely. Because you feel guilty, don't you? And if someone says, oh, do you have to go? And in your head you go, no, I don't. I can stay. You know, and that's another thing, because when you start doing things for yourself, people don't like it. Especially people you live in.
You grow
and you do things, and that's a whole other thing. But
learn to get uncomfortable is my advice.
You grow through uncomfortability, and that's
a beautiful place.
Why don't you change the name of the nervousness you feel in your tummy? Because you're associating that with a negative feeling. So the feeling you're getting, oh, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. Why don't you feel the negative feeling you're getting in your words and turn it into positivity? And every time you feel this anxiousness, you know that at the end of it, something beautiful is going to happen, because you're trying something new.
It can be exciting. Remember as a kid when you get that,
but we change it growing up, and we associate it with such a bad feeling that bad things will happen. But like the first day of school, I mean, I don't know who this is, but if you have children or if you have a friend, what would you tell them on the first day of school or the first day of uni? Or
if they were in this situation,
a new job,
to a class.
You know, exactly. But when you do it and you see it, whatever you built up in your head, it's never ever like that, is it?
No.
It's never like that. When I started going to the gym, what about if I drop the weight on my foot? What about if I can't lift it? What if I pass out? These things, like, I mean, it must have happened one in like 100 people, but in my head I'm thinking, definitely going to happen to me. I'm going to do that.
And if it does, it's not even the worst thing in the world, does it?
If it does, you go out and probably tell whoever's at home. Or someone dropped the bless them. I feel sorry for them. Well, you'll go over and help them. Bear in mind, when you're with people in that area, you know, if you're going to the right places, they're really nice in there.
You find new friends as well, don't you?
You do.
Groups to be in
and you know, you live once. I'm an advocate at this stage of saying, you have one life, and on your deathbed, you're not looking at someone going, thank God I paid my EDF bill. You're not, are you? You're not. You're saying, thank God I did it. Look at the stories I've got. Or Nan and Grandad, they were wild. They always paid their taxes. You know, that's not a story. Make your story. Don't live in the light of other people.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And it's exciting, but it's scary and exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Chase the nerves, because it always pays off.
Yeah, I'll find someone to go with you to start with. So I went to an event, right, quite at the beginning of my journey. And I went with my friend, and she said, come here, we've booked tickets. We're on this thing of thinking we were all goddesses and joining everything. So we turned up.
One with a
and I did say to my husband, and she asked her partner, did they want to go? And they both said no. Thank God they said no, right? So we were in a hump, but we'll just go. So we got there. I walked in and I thought, okay, just keep going. Just push through the nerves, push through the things. The most spiritual people you've ever seen in your life. I'd get it now, I'd probably feel a little bit more comfortable, but at this point, I was struggling with the saging, the roots coming out of the feet,
They're all mad.
It weren't me, I was just like, what's going on? Talking to yourself, all that's very normal for me now, but back then was not. And I thought, oh, so everyone comes up, I haven't jumped in, all that floaty stuff. I think I was still in a night tracksuit or something like that. And so the thing went on and they said, right, today we're going to be hugging each other and you have to go around the room and whoever you're connected to, you have to hug. I didn't hug.
You're not a hugger anyway.
I'm not a hugger. And I went, oh, but I have to hug them. So I kept thinking, well, I'll just find my friend. Just go next to her. So you couldn't go near people that you knew. So now they're very, like, what's the word where they're...
Touchy-feely?
Yeah, that one, but... like eccentric.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
oh, so they're hugging them for ages. Now it has to last 3 minutes. I thought, so I was like, hold on, and now you have to feel each other's energy. I thought, I ain't at this.
Stiff like a ball there.
I didn't, not energy right now. I'm not feeling it. Now you have to look at each other in the eyes for 2 minutes, and I'm like, so meeting the next stranger and looking at their eyes, tell them something good about themselves, and I thought, oh my god, I want to get out of here. Then you have to start dancing, so you have to find another one and do a dance. I ain't got 10 vodkas in me, that ain't happening in the middle of this thing, right? So I'm like, okay, dance. And then we have to get in a circle and every single person have to go in the middle and shout an emotion or expression that you had.
I'm getting my phone and going, but
while everyone's clapping, all I'm thinking is, I'm glad them two didn't come with us.
Imagine.
We could pull it off, like I kind of think, oh, mash yourself, just put it in, because I was very good at that back then, just camouflage yourself and fit in with everyone. Even inside I was thinking, get me the hell out of this place. And then we went into a breathwork. It was advertised as a breathwork class, so I thought I'd been to a breathwork before, lay on the mat, get it done. No, we had to do all this stuff first and then lay down and do a breathwork. I had one of the biggest releases that I've, even to time that I've had. Actually woke up bruised. I had one of the biggest releases and penny drop moments in there. So there's a reason I went to that group, but I wasn't quite in with the... I could pull it off now, I reckon. Then I thought...
The hugging and the staring and looking into each other's eyes, like, I think that's what would freak me out.
People used to say, do you want a hug? I'd be like, no.
You're like,
Now I'm different. I'm like, come on, let's have
come on, if we have to. Oh, that's hilarious. I would actually love to see you dance. Were you doing all the flowing and the...
Yeah. Well, there was no R&B rocking.
Oh,
anyway.
why is there no camera footage of that? Because that would be funny.
I thought you can't twerk in here.
Imagine getting in and start doing some mad moves.
She's well off the healing list. She's got a long way to go, that
You're
one.
in the wrong place. See you later.
There's loads of things.
It's funny. I love it. This spiritual journey. There's always, you gotta laugh through it.
I was just really.
But would you go back now? Pause says it all.
I think I could handle it different, and I wouldn't feel awkward because I don't have them doubts about myself and who I am, and I'd be comfortable because I do hug and stuff now. But would I choose to go and do that event? It's probably not for me.
But it's something for everyone. You might have people writing in now saying, can you tell me where it is? I want to go next week. It's right up my street. But
the place is closed down now anyway, so we're
not for Suzanne Sanson.
Won't send you there.
But that's what I mean. Like, if you didn't...
I've been in loads of places like that. You learn it. I went to one when we had to sing. And when I mean sing, it was like going back to school, but you didn't know the words and you had to follow someone that was at the front, and he had, so I don't even know what the instrument was, and I thought, and it's all like really expression, you're like ums and all the things. But
it's like your comfort zone, but you do it, yeah.
I stopped volunteering as much to these things then, I think.
See, I'm still try anything once. I'll do it. Not twice. Definitely won't try it twice. But I'll try anything once. Sign me up for anything. But
and you can't say you don't like it till you've done it.
Exactly. I mean, there's some things that are a bit out there, but give anything a go. So like Susie just shared, we're asking everyone out there, yes, we love the deep questions that you have, and we will continue to answer as many as we can. This is why we're here. But like Susie just shared a really funny story about her crazy dancing skills. We're asking anyone out there, if you have any funny stories that you would love to get on the pod or you would love to share and let everyone know things you've tried, then please write in. please write these funny stories in and we will share as many as we can. If there's any places that you want us to go, or any spiritual events you would like us to try, or anything regarding the spiritual realm, then let us know and we're happy to try them, and we will record everything live on the pod so you can see exactly how it plays out.